Hey, what's up guys? I'm gonna talk to you today about energy and actually the opposite, fatigue. And I'm outside today because it's an amazing day out and we wanna get energy from the sun. What better way than to be outdoors? And just to really change it up a little bit too. It's just such a nice day out, it's hot, and I like the heat. Most people think hot out is a bad thing. I love heat and it kind of gives me more energy. So we're outside today just to really talk to you about how do you get more energy. I think one of the number one complaints patients have coming in, whether they come in for a symptom like back pain or neck pain or headaches, maybe it's digestive issues, and all of them still deal with, or I'm sorry, all of them still set the same goal as one of their goals is they want more energy. So if that's you, if you're someone that, hey, in the middle of the day, you're just crashing and you feel like you need a nap all the time, or you have to have coffee all the time just to make it through your day. Hey, maybe it's like you get done with your work and you get home and you're just ready to crash. You don't have the energy for your family. We've all been through that. If that's you, there's a good possibility that your body, your adrenals are just starting to break down, or you just have so much stress that your adrenals are just trying to keep up. So I want to talk to you about 5 simple things you can actually start doing today that will help to address that fatigue, that'll help to strengthen your adrenals, but ultimately help your body handle stress. You always hear me talk about stress. It all goes back to that. The better your body can handle stress, the more likely you're going to be able to, or you're going to not have this chronic fatigue issues and things like that going on. It'll give you more energy throughout your day because your energy comes from your adrenals. Your energy is your hormones, your neurotransmitters, all those things working in alignment is huge. Now, when we're in a fight or flight mode, as you know, when you become stressed, your body goes into a fight or flight mode and your adrenals start to pump out cortisol. They start to create other stress hormones. They start to create other adrenal hormones to get your body moving. After a while doing that, being stuck in this chronic fight or flight mode, our body now starts to break down. It's kind of like if you run a marathon, you have a certain amount of energy, but eventually you hit a wall, and that's what's happened to a lot of you. You're just hitting that wall. So, number one thing I'm gonna tell you to do for energy, number one thing across the board is sleep. I know, it's not that exciting, it's not that awesome, but it is the best thing best advice I can actually give you is to make sure, number one, at night you're getting enough sleep, okay? So non-medicated, 7 to 9 hours a night, every single night of sleep, and get to bed early. I talk to so many people that are tired and fatigued and they can't figure out why, but they're going to bed after 10 o'clock. Get to bed early. For me, I'll just, as an example, I get to bed at between 8 and 9 o'clock. I try to get to bed between 8 and 9. I love to get up early because my brain just is like ready to go in terms of thinking and learning and studying and all that early. So I get up about 4 a.m. But as you can add that up, 4, 8, I'm still getting that 6, 7, 8, 9 hours of sleep every single night. So I'm still getting plenty of sleep. Now I can tell you if I get any less than that, I feel it. So that's number one, is make sure you're getting enough sleep at night. Number two is make sure that you're taking naps during the day. This is so incredibly valuable for your energy, and most people don't realize this, but I just read a study literally 2 days ago on 60-minute naps and 90-minute naps. This was on Harvard Medical website, and they talked about 60-minute naps actually will give you that recreative punch. So you get that, start to get your REM sleep going, and it helps get your brain back into the recreative mode, back into memory, back into be able to pull out old things that you know and be able to be creative and think clearly. And then the second is the 90-minute nap. So that 60-minute nap is powerful, but when you wake up, you have that 15 minutes of like grogginess that you have to get past. But if you do it for 90 minutes, you actually don't have the grogginess anymore, and you just go straight to the creative. You're ready to go because that's a full REM cycle. So that's pretty cool. It's 60, 90-minute naps, and a lot of you think, well, if I take a nap in the middle of the day, I'm not gonna get anything done. The truth is actually the opposite. The studies have shown that people are more effective and more efficient when they're sleeping and taking naps during the middle of the day. And that's why companies like Google, actually, I've read this, that Google actually has beds at the, and don't get mad at me if I'm wrong, but this is what I've read about Google, is they have places where people can actually take naps during the middle of the day because they've shown it to be so much more effective and efficient. So if you're someone that just wants to get a lot of stuff done, you feel like you have too many things to do in the day, I promise you taking a nap will make a big difference. So that's number one, sleep. Number two is actually there's supplements and herbs you can do to support your body's stress. I talk about it all the time, but ashwagandha is an amazing herb. It's an adaptogen, so it helps your body adapt to the stresses of your life. If you're tired all the time, it means your body is not adapting very well to stress and you're starting to go into a fatigue mode. So ashwagandha is a great support for your adrenals. Another one is cordyceps. Rhodiola is a very good one as well. There's so many good adaptogens out there, but you should be on a daily adaptogen. I like ashwagandha, I think it's great. CBD oil is actually a really good one as well. So that's number two, get on you a good adaptogenic herb like ashwagandha, okay? Number three is to look at your digestive health. It takes, you know, so many times patients come in, they're tired all the time, and then they're also bloated. They're also having maybe constipation issues. Maybe they're having other digestive problems and they're just feeling inflamed, or we take an x-ray of their gut and you can see all the inflammation in there. And when we actually do a stool test, not a hormone test, but we actually do a stool test and actually find out that they have gut infections like yeast or bacterial infections, or even low IgA levels or high inflammatory responses, and we're able to settle down that inflammatory response, help heal up the leaky gut problems that might be there. Believe it or not, their energy levels skyrocket. Few people realize that your B12, your B vitamins, things like that are actually produced by the many of the good bacteria in the lower GI tract, around that colon area, and under that large intestine area is actually where it produces K2, it produces B vitamins. And if you don't have good bacteria in your gut, if you don't have a stable environment in your microbiome, you're not gonna produce the stuff that you need for energy. So it's actually a big part, digestion, not only absorbing nutrients and minerals, but actually breaking down food and not being stressed in your GI tract, because stress in the GI tract takes away from energy for the rest of your body. It makes you less efficient. Also, if you have an infection, that means you have a chronic immune response, which is gonna take a lot of energy to keep you going. So you see, actually getting good digestive health, huge. That's huge. Now, some of the foods that you can do to make sure that you're supporting detoxification in your body, so this is gonna be number 4, foods that you can eat. Detoxification in your body so that your body's working properly and efficiently. Foods that help digestion. Those are gonna be like your green cruciferous vegetables. Those have all the not branched chain amino acids. Those have all the amino acids your body needs to produce glutathione. Okay, so broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts. So those green cruciferous vegetables are huge when it comes to making sure your body's detoxing properly, making sure your body has a lot of the fiber and the nutrients and minerals it needs to break down food properly. It's just a huge thing for your overall health. The other part of that, when I talk about eating good, we always with good eating comes exercise. So exercise is actually a huge impact on your health, not just, on your energy levels. And you think, well, if I go out and run, I'm gonna be tired. But the truth is that movement is your key to life. So we know that if you sit, you actually get more tired than if you go outside and move. So you should be moving all day long, not even a little bit of the day, or not just some of your day for 30 minutes on a workout, but all day. You should be getting up and stretching, rotating, full range of motion in your spine that pumps cerebral spinal fluid so your brain has energy. That's a big one right there. If most people just changed one thing and quit sitting so much and got up moving all day long, they would change their energy levels. And then the other part of that is actually getting out and getting your hormones going with exercise. And that could be muscle or weightlifting, that could be a high intensity, short duration workout, that could be power walking, whatever that is for you. But we gotta get blood flow moving, we wanna get our hormones up, because that will actually give us more energy throughout our day. I think energy has been one of the number one things they've shown it to increase energy levels when it comes to exercise. So that's the fourth one there. The fifth one is actually get your hormones tested. So if your adrenals are fatigued, the only way you can truly know, and not just based on symptoms, is to test the adrenals. And one of the best tests out there is something called a Dutch test. It's a hormone urinalysis testing, and it's 4 points throughout your day, which will tell us what your cortisol levels are and many of your hormone levels throughout your day. It also tells us a lot about your neurotransmitters through organic acid testing as a part of that test. Huge for telling why your body is fatigued, why you have energy. Also tells us a ton about why you might have mood swings. If you're a guy, why you're having hair loss or prostate issues. It's just a big test for overall hormone health and what pathways your body is using to process hormones. So that Dutch hormone test is a big go-to. If you're tired all the time, I highly recommend going straight to that. All right, guys, that's everything you need to know when it comes to the top 5 things you can start to do for overall energy. Those are quick, easy, and effective things. I think most of them you can do at home. A few of them you need to get testing. A few of them you need to get some supplements. But those can be easy and effective things you can start to implement as fast as possible. And if you do those 5 things and you still don't have any energy levels, then we need to really sit down and figure out what's going on in your body, because those should have an impact on your health. All right, you guys have an awesome day.